everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's beginner's guide to makeup, I'm going to be showing you my top eye makeup brushes for beginners. So I really through my kit and found my must-have brushes for every beginner. You can always, add to your collection afterwards, but these are the must-haves to get started. Now the brand I'm using today just happens to be Blank Canvas Cosmetics because they are an Irish brand. I like to support them and they have been very supportive of my journey on YouTube so far. But any of the brushes I mentioned today, most brands will have a similar brush or even the exact same brush. If you're new to my channel, my name is Sarah. I'm a beautician and makeup artist from Ireland, and I do beginners makeup tutorials for those busy bees that don't have time to watch all these long tutorials. It's quick, straight to the point, and I will not waste your time, I promise. So if this is something that you'd like to see, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. So yeah, let's get started. The first brush I'd recommend is the flat shader brush. This is one of the most popular brushes on the market. It's great for packing colour onto the lid with very little fallout, which is great for beginners. You get a great amount of pigmentation on the lid, really easy to work with. This is a natural hair version, so it's quite flexible. It also comes in a synthetic hair version, which you can see here. It's a little bit shorter and tightly packed, and also more dense than the natural hair version. So it's great for packing on color if you want, if you want a really intense color payoff in a smaller area. So it's great for more detailed work, but I absolutely adore this type of brush. This is the E24 and it's just an all-around amazing brush. The next brush is the famous blending brush. This is one of, I guess, the most popular brushes for eye makeup, and it's also one of my favorites. I think if you have a blending brush, you can pretty much create any look anyway. So if you're going to invest in just one brush, I'd recommend it be this one. So this is not too big, it's not too small, it fits nicely into the crease of the eye, so you can do your transition work, you can do a smoky eye with it, you can also work on the outer corner. It's just such a versatile brush. I'd recommend the natural hair version again, just because they're easier to work with. They pack on color nicely and they're very easy to blend out. You can also get this brush in a larger version. So this is the E26 and the larger version is the E20. Again, for beginners, I'd recommend the E26 because it's not too big and really easy to work with. Next brush is the pencil brush. This is a really small, dense brush, so it's great for packing on color and doing a lot of detailed work. So I would use this on the lower lash line. You can do it to smoke out liner. You can apply highlighter to the brow bone. You can also use it to apply highlighter down the center of the nose or in the inner corner of the eye. So it's great for doing smaller, more detailed work that you can't really do with a blending brush. If you are going to invest in a second brush, I definitely recommend the pencil brush because you can get a lot more color payoff in smaller areas that you wouldn't necessarily get with the blending brush. And the last brush I'd recommend is the one I showed you a while ago. It's the E33. So it's like a smaller, more compact version of the natural hair shader brush. And I wasn't sure if I was going to include it in this video, but I do think it is an important brush because you can apply color on the brow bone, and if you do want to get a little bit more color on the lid, or if you want to smoke out color on the lower lash line, this is a great brush for that. Very similar to the pencil brush, but it can also double up as your shader brush. So it's almost like it's a mix of your shader brush and your pencil brush in one. So I do recommend it, and this is great because it's a double-ended version, so you also get a blending brush on the other side. So they are my must-have eyeshadow brushes for beginners. If you want to narrow it down to just two brushes, I'd recommend the blending brush. Of course, this is your all-rounder brush. If you have this brush, you're pretty much sorted. This is the E26, and if you are going to invest in a second one, I'd recommend the pencil brush. Once you have these two brushes, you can pretty much create any look out there. That's pretty much it for today's beginner's guide. If you have any requests, please leave them in the comment section. I'd love to know what your makeup struggles are. At the minute, I'm just kind of guessing, thinking back to when I was beginning makeup and what my struggles were, but please let me know what you're struggling with, and I promise I will get to that. I do have a request for a brow tutorial and a liner tutorial, which I will do in the coming weeks. I'm just trying out some new products. With that being said, I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye!